Update: I am done and I am heartbroken. I have no one. I have not been well. But I am doing better. You guys have helped me a lot and it means more than you know. I was able to get help through my work. They have resources for both therapy as well as legal counsel. But somehow my boss found out I was reaching out and now won't leave me alone, but that's unimportant. I know she only has good intentions. So far, I like the new therapist I was able to get an appointment with. I thought there would be a long wait list. She recommended a family/spousal therapist as she focuses more on individuals. I talked to them as well. I got referred to divorce lawyers. I don't want to use them, but I had a talk with them and got an idea of what that route would be like. I'll be like 70% screwed. But we are at fault, so if it turns out she is cheating, I'll be okay. My kids did reach out after a few days of worry. I told them I'm fine, do truly love them, and miss them but needed space and time. For the first time ever, I missed some of their extracurricular activities. I think that is what made them understand something was really wrong. Some other family members/friends noticed and started asking questions to all involved. My kids also mentioned how things were not the same without me around, and my wife was struggling. My wife reached out a few times just checking in, apologizing, giving me updates on things, and a couple of times, she asked about the 4th of July. We usually host a party/barbecue. I said I wasn't interested. But, I said that she and I needed to talk alone in person. That happened the weekend after the 4th. Apparently, she was planning the 4th as a surprise birthday party for me, after I had left, to make up for forgetting my birthday. But I ruined it as I didn't go and wasn't interested. When we met up to talk, she wasn't alone and brought the kids. I was happy to see them. They seemed happy to see me as well. But I asked my wife and I to talk alone. When I pointed this out, she said the kids missed me, and it was fine. We can talk with them here. I believe it was more of a manipulative move. I explained that this was another example of how my feelings or wants get ignored and cast aside. How I have been ignored for a while and how that is not right by anyone. She kept apologizing. I said while I acknowledged the apologies, I don't accept them. Most of the apologies, to me, feel like they are not real. Such as her initial apology of "I'm sorry you feel that way." Or they forced/just said what she thinks I want to hear. Actions speak louder than those empty words. I also said that she is setting an example and expectations on how I'm treated and how our daughters will see and treat me in their future relationships. As of now, no one should be treated this way. I think at this point, my wife regretted bringing the kids. My 14-year-old took my 11-year-old for some snacks. My 17-year-old stayed. I flat out asked if there was anyone else. If she was cheating physically/emotionally or otherwise. She looked like I had just slapped her. She said she would never do that. I asked why she was so adamant about us having sex if February, daughter left at this point, when it has been longer. Why has every part of our romance died within a year span from her part? She didn't know. We talked for an additional 20 minutes. I finally took out 2 folders I had with me. One was a separation document, not quite a divorce, but halfway to it. The other was therapist referrals for individuals and couples. I needed her to understand how serious this situation was. I asked her to look over at each other and ask herself what she wanted. But she had to make the decision and schedule the appointments. I explained that I'm done living this way, and if she chooses to stay with me, then there are going to be major changes occurring both in our relationship and at home. I love the woman I married, had kids with, and built a life together. But I don't know where she went. My kids came back, and my 11-year-old was mad I wasn't going back with them that night. I gave my wife time. She contacted me the next day, saying she has made appointments for herself and for her and I. She explained that she set up some biweekly individual therapy and we have our first couples therapy early next month. The reason for the wait was so she could establish/work on herself first. I have been using the gray rock method towards her since the initial incident per yours and my therapist's recommendations. So, it's still a work in progress. I'm not in as dark of a place as I was when I first posted. Some things are better than they were. I'm willing to put in the work, but it won't be one-sided. There is a plan moving forward, so that's A+. I have been home for a week now but am sleeping in a different room. Some changes have been put in place already, but time will be the real test. As a side note, on the second night of me being back she actually tried to initiate sex but I said no, that it wasn't the time or place for that. We had a lot to work out before that could happen. As always, peace, love, and chicken grease.